Don't be OP or draw 25. What's up guys, Crimson here, and today I am with my friend Flor. He is helping me go over Betty for this episode.
Oh yes.
And what he knows about Betty is not so much of what other people know. There's many broken things with Betty.
True.
Ungodly broken things with Betty.
Alright.
One of the main things broken with Betty is the auto block that Betty has.
Yeah.
There's something else, especially for different characters.
Stupid.
Azrael has a struggle getting through it. A full click combo from Azrael doesn't even drop a little under half. Exhale, I'm pretty sure that also has a struggle getting through.
Yeah, under that, kinda. The only chance Azriel has is using the sabers, but
Yeah.
that lets his guard down.
Who else has a struggle getting through the auto block?
Just those three, really.
Okay. And that honestly, that needs
Maybe
to be
Cloud
changed.
was, but not so much.
Yeah.
First of all, I wanted to talk about the overall design of the character. It's designed so the second phase, the hateful, is the main phase, and I don't really like it. It should be true power, the phase that's the main phase of the character, the stronger one.
Yeah.
In my opinion, the defense is fine, but for both phase 1 and phase 2, the HP should be nerfed by 20 and the attack by 25.
I agree with that. Like, I feel like the defense for Betty is absolutely fine.
Also, the damage for both phases, especially phase 2, it's just stupid.
Yeah.
And true power should stay with the same attack and defense, but should have like 180 HP. Because she has so many moves, and you don't really have enough time to enjoy them.
Yeah.
So it feels bad.
And I guess that's it about just how Betty works for hits and their stats.
Yeah.
Let's get into the combos now.
Onto more specific stuff, you should not be able, even if it only works at low HP, you should not be able to do illusion into Soulshatters. It's just stupid. Too stupid to win the game.
Could you demonstrate some of the combos that Betty can do?
Oh yeah. So if you land this, it usually works, but I'm a little laggy here, so... But it works like that. It's guaranteed that way.
Okay. Like, that combo isn't bad for damage, but needing to deal with that, along with the fact of characters not being able to get through the auto block too easily, it becomes a tick.
And the mana it takes almost nothing.
Yeah.
Well, as I was saying, I think the illusion should last less time. So yeah, how will you land the 2+5? Well, it will be still possible at low HP, right? And to make up for that, since it will be almost impossible to get souls that way, I think the soul steel should be able to hit opponents while laying down.
Yeah.
It's something that bothers me as well.
phase 2, which is the hate phase, that has many problems, right?
Yeah. The hate gimmick is pretty balanced. I'm not complaining about that, but it's mostly about the stats and the attacks.
Yeah.
I'll just get into phase 2 and I'll explain everything. Normal 3 deals way too much damage. Like, look at this. "15 damage to Asriel is absurd.
Yeah, that is nutty.
For the range and the speed of the attack, it's just absurd.
I'd say for like the main grapple of the attack, it needs to be at least slowed down, but once you're grappled, it should stay at the same speed.
Yep. I don't really complain about normal foe because honestly it used to suck before the speed got buffed. And now it's alright that you can do this. I'm fine with that. I don't complain about normal 5 either. And maybe about Rhabdophobia, I kind of thought of a way to make it more interesting. Like, when you use it and you catch a projectile or a blaster or whatever, you don't just reflect it. You just make it stay in place, and when you press 6 again, it fires or attacks or whatever.
Yeah, let me get Sans to demonstrate this. Cool. Steal my soul, please. Thanks for the game, bunny. Hope you're watching this.
No progress.
Please, for the love of God, fix your game.
If this doesn't get cut out of the video, I also use this moment to explain that the soul gimmick is not worth it at all. Yeah, it increases your stats a bit, and it decreases the Rhabdo cooldown, but it's not worth it to...
Oh yeah, ever since TP got reworked, it hasn't been worth it at all.
Yeah, it should increase your stats twice as more as it does right now.
I feel like it should be reverted back to how it was, but at least changed up a bit.
Nah, because 15 defense is too much. 5 attack, 10 defense, and 10 HP will be fine.
Yeah.
I think. Or 5 HP. Because HP is something that we gotta keep under control too. Alright,
well, this is pretty much the demonstration of how... what Rhabdophobia can do. Rhabdophobia is just something else, and this probably needs to be changed.
I don't really complain about it. It's actually fair. It basically punishes the opponent for doing too dumb.
I feel like there should be at least like it shouldn't fire as soon as you Rhabdo it though.
Yep.
You should at least be able to get like an escape time. Because Rhabdophobia for like blasters seems like to be an instant punishment.
There's another thing I want to explain, and I'd like you to get Excara for that.
Okay.
We've already explained the good broken part of the auto block, but it also has a bad broken part. Having this auto block means you can't block with F. It's pretty fair, right? Until you realize it can actually backfire. Because if you can't block with F, there's no way for you to dodge the warning attacks. You can try to change to the size and quickly block, but the size has an animation you have to wait for. So it's not a viable option either. Use Override 4.
Override 4? Okay.
And as you can see, not much I can do. There's a chance if I can managed to read it, but it's not easy most of the time.
What, does pulling out the scythe cancel out over at 4 or something?
No, I took it out manually. Alright, onto side stuff. The one... I'm not gonna explain, just look at the damage. You see that?
That was 33 damage, just with a single hit. Against 200 defense.
This attack basically is guaranteed from a LMB, and it has like 12 seconds of cooldown. Like, that alone is 50 damage. This is not okay.
No, it's not. There needs to be a larger cooldown for it to be that strong of an attack.
About side 3, I'm okay with it. The only thing I complain about is the sound effect. It should be reverted back to the normal speed, because the sound effect fed up is... It doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
About anything else about the attack, I'm fine with it. Side 4. This thing is broken in the bad way. It takes half your mana for only dealing a bit more damage than side 1. It only deals a bit more, and it takes over half my mana just for that. And because of the hit stomp nerf to all LMBs, it doesn't combo from LMB anymore. So it kinda sucks. It's absolutely Betty's worst attack in her entire moveset.
Mm-hmm.
It should either take less mana or be reverted back to the damage it used to do.
Yeah.
It did like twice as much.
Yeah, with the amount of mana that it costs just to use that specific move, it seems a little unfair compared to actually continue combos with Betty with that kind of little damage.
Before moving to true power, another thing I want to mention about unfused form, it should have a I don't know how to pronounce it, a javelin mode, like the pink spear. Should have a mode for that.
Yeah.
With true power, they went all out with using every move they saw in Big State. They don't do that with a fused form. I don't know if it will be possible to put clips in the video or something, but
I probably can. Clips
for
from
example,
Glitchtail, or
yeah. For example, when I try to say it without spoilers, when Betty tries to jump on Frisk with a pink spear but he cuts her arm off, that could be an attack in here.
yes, and that I feel like that would be one of those attacks that would put a warning box over the person doing the attack.
Yeah, and also when she hits, Kumu becomes bigger and hits him and breaks his armor. There's so much material in that.
Yeah.
And the hate tentacle too. She could use that in phase 2.
Alright, should we get onto True Power now?
Yep.
I know that True Power for Betty is a whole nother story.
I call it the true bullshit mode.
True bullshit. That's probably the best name for it. Funny better
Alright.
taking notes.
First of all, I feel like the loss in normal mode should be smaller. I know it might look cool, but especially when you use the 7th attack, the hand is so big it looks bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a hand anymore.
Plus the range for that attack, like, you could probably be standing at least, like, a foot away from where the fist actually goes, and it could still hit someone.
I can understand the range. When she uses the original attack in Bleach Tape, she extended her arm when she used that attack. So, the range might make sense, but the animation doesn't match it, maybe because Bonnie was in a hurry or something. Or he was lazy.
My only issue with True Power Betty is that it feels like that the character is too much based around True Power rather than Phase 1 and 2. Just with the amount of attacks that's available to do.
Yeah. I gotta say, this character is the one with the biggest moveset potential in the entire game.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's not fully used yet.
No.
More can be extracted from it yet. Oh, also when she gets Ungaster and stabs his soul with the spear. I also remember that. Anyway, moving on to the moves. I'm not okay with the first one, and here's why. From up close, it can. Well, it did this time, but wait.
It's not guaranteed for it to do damage up.
Yeah. It didn't hit. Didn't even hit. So yeah, fix the hitbox. And
also for the grapple of the click, please fix that because of the knockback iframes.
Yeah, also that.
There's way too many characters that are in the game right now that are having click issues because of these iframes.
The problem about it is it stunts the target way too long.
Yeah.
And to make up for that, it should deal more damage too. It's kinda sad. And onto the illusion, I feel like in True Power, it should be faster, because it's completely useless in True Power. With no auto block to protect you, there's no real use for it. Like, you could try to get the opponent off guard, like doing this, but even like that, it can be avoided. It should be faster.
Yeah.
On the 3, this one is simple. It can break special shields like GT Karas or GT Frisks, or her own auto block in infused form. And I kinda like that property it has. I honestly love it, but the problem is the damage. Okay, here it is uncharted, already deals decent damage, but
that was just a single.
The thing is, it only has like 15 seconds of cooldown, or 18, and it takes less than 2 seconds to multiply the attack's damage by 4. Like, look at this.
That was basically almost half of my HP that I already had.
It was more damage than the size 4 in infused form did. Like, it doesn't make sense. The worst part is, since it's so fast, you can do something like this. And that took half his HP.
Now, is there anything about the scythe moves, like the fact that just about almost all of them are unblockable?
I'll cover that later.
Okay.
Get us real.
You're gonna reset, Jesus Christ.
No.
You couldn't even be a pimp and take my soul. Oh wait, you're TP, that's right. You're true bullshit.
That's another thing. I think True Power Betty should also be able to take souls on on True Power. Because she clearly can.
Yeah.
Maybe make it in a different way, but he should be able to take souls as well. And the souls you get in infused form don't get carried away to the true power, but the souls you take after don't increase your stat, but they heal you instead.
Yes, I feel like if you can steal souls as True Power Betty, it shouldn't increase any stat, but if you're low on HP, it should heal you by a little bit.
Yeah, because we don't want Betty to have 360 HP.
Yeah. I'm not ready for that kind of HP.
I meant defense, but she will have over 200 HP anyway.
Yeah.
And 95 attack. Okay, let's stop. This conversation is cringe. Anyway, the fourth has so many issues too. Like, it's like a more powerful with less range version of the Green and Fuse form, but the damage is still too much.
And against 300 defense, that's quite a bit.
Yeah. And maybe you've seen it in some video around there, but it can also grab the fucking hate ball.
Yes, let me get GT Carrot so we can demonstrate what this does. What True Power Betty can do is bullshit, and Bunny, please remove the fact they can do it.
Oh yeah. I just did something accidentally, and it reminded me of something else I wanted to mention about the LMB True Power. The fact it can land from the air, and the opponent doesn't even have to jump. Like, look at this. Wait. That's also stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, another thing.
Time for the true bullshit of true bullshit, Betty.
The bullshit funny.
It is funny, but it's not okay.
Gone. It's just gone. I didn't even deal enough damage to break it.
I am curious on what it hits, though.
It just disappears.
It just disappears and then somehow hits something. Is there dummies under the map that we're not aware of?
Only Bunny knows.
Bunny, tell us, please.
Anyway, the fight is totally alright. No complaints about it. But I feel like it should have more range. Alright,
yeah.
Six should either take less mana or be faster, because it's kinda bad. Let me start again. 6 should be either faster or take less mana, because it's kinda bad. Maybe a bit more damage could help too, but it's just bad.
Yeah, there was only 8 damage against only 190 defense, which that's nowhere close to average.
As I said, 7 is fine on its own, except one detail. If you land it right when the opponent is starting to get up from laying down, it will stun lock them for like 3 seconds. Like, let me do a photo to show it. Impossible to move.
Yeah, I wasn't able to move at all.
Alright, already talked about randophobia. Let's get into scythe mode.
The first thing I want to address with scythe mode, randophobia needs to be able to be used in scythe mode.
Yep. That is true. And this isn't a problem, this isn't really a problem, but it's funny to me. The third hit of the LMB.
There's just one random punch.
It's a kick.
Oh, it's
it's
a
funny.
kick. It doesn't even do anything.
And something cool I can point out, you can actually combine both LMBs to deal a bit more damage, like this. It's pretty cool. I'm fine with Scythe 1, to be honest.
Yeah, Scythe 1 is pretty balanced. 15 damage against 190 defense is alright.
Yeah. Scythe 2 is also right. Pretty fast, crazy range, a bit weaker than 1, but I think it should have less cooldown.
That one was 2, right?
Yeah. No complaints about 3, to be honest.
Yeah, 3 is absolutely fine.
Maybe it should be slightly stronger.
Yeah.
Because
that only like 7?
8. And it takes about 15% of the mana.
Which is not that great for what it consumes.
And to end it with 4. The funny gaster attack. It's cool because it has infinite range, it has a long cooldown, good damage around the same damage as Scythe 4 in Fused form.
Yeah.
It's pretty alright in all those ways, good ultimate attack, but some issues I have with it. If you knock the opponent, since the cooldown is too long, I'm not probably gonna do it now, but I may record it. I may record a clip about it. But basically, if you knock the opponent too far and use the fork too soon, it will stop a bit soon and it will just slide across the air and it won't even hit. And it will take you a lot farther than it should. It should have a bigger hitbox. The size of the actual size. And the other thing I wanted to mention is pretty bullshit. In a recent update, it was made a little faster, and that sounds great, right? It should be a bit more useful, but how far did that get? Well, I'll show you right now. Yep, that's a thing.
At least it doesn't stun lock. That would make it much worse.
Yeah, and because I'm a bit laggy right now, but if I had no lag, it would actually deal the knockback.
Yeah.
And what else to say?
I think that's just about it with Betty.
Yeah. Just one thing left.
What's that?
I'm gonna beat you up.
No. No. We can talk about this.
Not in jail. It's war now.
No. No. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.